learners! We are back again with yet another interesting session for you all. In today's session, we will learn the emergence of Mahatma Gandhi in the national struggle for freedom. Mahatma Gandhi on Satyagraha. Different Satyagraha movements organized by Gandhiji after arriving in India. So let the learning begin. Learners, after the First World War, the national movement in India became more vigorous, much because of the shallowness of the British promises made during the First World War. It further gained momentum with the arrival of Mahatma Gandhi on the political horizon of India. Mahatma Gandhi returned to India in January 1915, but before we study about his contribution to the Indian freedom struggle, let us learn about Gandhiji before he arrived in India. Mahatma Gandhi was a saint reformer, a politician, a statesman, a great organizer, and a mass leader. He spent about 22 years in South Africa from 1893 to 1915. There he fought the racist regime with the novel method of mass agitation, which he called Satyagraha. Students, I hope you have heard the story of how Gandhiji was racially abused while he was travelling by train with the first class ticket. On the night of 7th June 1893, Gandhiji was travelling to Pretoria to fight a legal case in a first class compartment. On the journey, he was protested by a white man about his entry in the first class. Gandhi was very stubborn to leave the compartment, and then he was thrown out from the train when it reached Pietermaritzburg railway station. Since then, he decided to fight against the racial discrimination. Learners, can you tell me about Gandhi's idea of Satyagraha? Satyagraha emphasized the power of truth and the need to search for truth. According to Gandhiji, if the cause was true, if the struggle was against injustice, then the physical force was not necessary to fight the oppressor, and through non-violence, a Satyagrahi could win the battle. Now you must be thinking, how could someone win the battle without violence? This could be only done by appealing to the conscience of the oppressor. People, including the oppressors, had to be convinced to see the truth, instead of being forced to accept the truth through non-violence. After this struggle, the truth was bound to ultimately succeed. Mahatma Gandhi believed that the dharma of non-violence could unite all Indians. Moving ahead, let's learn about some important Satyagraha movements organized by Gandhiji after he arrived in India. In 1917, Gandhiji travelled to Champaran in Bihar and started the Satyagraha movement in favor of the Champaran peasants in Bihar and inspired them to oppose the oppressive plantation system. In 1917, he organized a Satyagraha movement in support of the peasants of the Khera district of Gujarat who could not pay the land revenue due to crop failure and the plague epidemic. Similarly, in 1918, he went to Ahmedabad to organize a Satyagraha movement amongst cotton mill workers. So learners, this is all about today's session. Let us take a quick recap of what we have learnt today. The Indian struggle for freedom gained momentum after the arrival of Mahatma Gandhi in January 1915. He came from South Africa, where he fought against the racial regime with the novel method called Satyagraha. Satyagraha is not a physical force, it is a pure soul force because the truth is the very substance of the soul, and after this struggle, a Satyagrahi could win the battle. In 1916, Gandhiji organized the Satyagraha movement in Champaran, Bihar. In 1917, he organized the Satyagraha movement for peasants of Khera district in Gujarat. In 1918, he organized a Satyagraha movement in Ahmedabad amongst the cotton mill workers. In the next session, we will learn about the Rowlatt Act. Till then, keep learning and stay tuned with us.